Good afternoon and thanks for joining us right here on Midday Kentucky, Tuesday day of the week. How are we all? Everything good?
Hey, good.
Good. Let's jump straight into the show. Put your hats on, everyone. This is a little bit racy. Now, this story came up, I think it was mid last year. A young woman from London has just, you ready for this, sold her virginity for £1.2 million. Now, that roughly comes out to about 1.5 in American dollars. Now, the 26-year-old student's virginity was auctioned off on the website Cinderella Escorts. Now, with the highest bidder reportedly, ready for this, being a Hollywood actor.
Wow.
Okay, is your virginity special enough that you would not sell it for $1 million if you had been given the chance? Here's the thing. I want to give you a few facts before we jump into the topic. She only gets 20% of the fee, people. Okay, roughly about $300,000.
Why?
26 years of age, because that's the fee from Cinderella Escorts. They keep the rest.
Gotcha.
Her parents have agreed to this. She basically has said she wants to go on and use that money to travel the world, come to America. She's very excited about meeting the star of Hollywood who has bought her virginity. It's going to be happening in Germany at a hotel, and that where it's legal to give a cash transaction like this. Here's my question. Should we judge?
Well, I think that the dollar amount doesn't matter. I don't.
No, I'm just giving you the facts.
Well, so you're asking me if I think we should judge, and I'm saying I judge that the same whether it's $100 prostitution or $100 million prostitution. I think it's gross. I don't agree with it. It can be legal, you know, do what you want, but I'm saying I judge that the same as a $100 transaction. Like the money doesn't matter. That's not something to sell, in my opinion, no matter the price.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
Should we judge? Probably not, but am I judging? Probably.
What are you judging?
Well, I just think it's ridiculous, number one. I just feel like, is this what society is coming to? I mean, to make as much dollar amount as possible on your own virginity? I mean, I just find that very, disgusting, quite honestly. And, I mean, I guess there's parents out there that could say, well, she was a virgin till 26. And by the way, how do we know she was a virgin?
Because there's doctor's certificates, and that when it's a bit like the royal family, darling, you want to marry in, you've got to be checked out.
Right, that's a lot of money, though. I could probably, slip some dollars to a doctor that can verify that. I don't know. It's just ooey. I just feel
Funny thing
like
is, look, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. There's a part of me that I think it's her choice, her body, her choice what she does with it. I feel that. I don't know how I feel about the whole 1.4 and she only gets 20%. I would have held out for a bit more money if I'm going to have to do that.
Right.
But, I don't know. I don't know what sort of background she comes from. I don't know whether she's got no money, the family has no money. I don't know. I'm just being devil's advocate here.
And what about this Hollywood actor? I mean, just because
I'd like to know who that is.
Just because he's a Hollywood actor doesn't mean that he doesn't have a slew of issues going on. I mean, sexual...
Or STDs. This is gross. And I think it's a slippery slope when we talk about maybe she needed the money for college or for whatever.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope of then, okay, well, what dollar amount is okay? Because we hear about, prostitutes paying their way through college.
Right.
Well, so how much per night? Then it's okay. I don't think it's okay any amount.
I got you. Okay, well, what sort of message, now you've said that, is this sending to other girls?
Right.
You know?
Exactly. I mean, they,
Is this the wrong message?
Yes, in my opinion.
Well, you just said you were disgusted by it,
it's my opinion is really, not too high on this whole thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, and plus the age, as as girls, more and more girls start to do this, I mean, the age will get younger and younger and younger.
Well,
it makes me, I don't know, it just sends a bad precedent.
That's a little,
I know, but that's the direction it will go.
I don't know. Well, the people from the website said that they wouldn't promote a younger person. Do you know what I mean? So I'm glad you got some type of morals. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Tell us what you think. As you can see, both of the gals think it's a bit off. I don't know. I don't really feel either way on it. Tell us what you think. Head over to Midday Kentucky's Facebook page, and we've got the story up there as well. Hey, something else that's really interesting. Chance the Rapper accused Heineken of being purposely racist in their new Lighter is Better campaign. Now, the Chicago-based rapper went on to say that the Heineken is not the only company to be guilty of this, and that some big companies may enjoy the negative public backlash that comes with scandals like this. Is Chance onto something? And is all press good press? Take a look at the campaign and tell me what you think.
It's another sculpture. It's another sculpture. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Hey. Ooh, it's another sculpture.
Okay,
All right.
tell me what you think of that, everyone. Do you think it's racist?
No, I don't.
No, I don't think
I
so.
don't, not at all.
But I kind of
actually.
don't understand it. Is it just less calories than wine? Is that what it's
Well,
saying?
no, it's a light beer. It's
Right.
basically selling a light
But they're-
beer.
But
See
it's
how they're
showing it next to
comparing
the
it?
wine glass saying lighter is better. So they're just saying it's less calories
Well,
than wine.
let me go a little bit deeper in, which I thought was, I read right into the article. It's a light beer, of course.
Right.
They're saying that the beer gets tossed past. Let's see if we could just show the B-roll while this is happening with no sound, that would be great. The beer slides across the bar in front of a couple of African-American people, and then it states that it is given to two Caucasian people in front of, and I think the girl picks it up and drinks it. They're saying that lighter is better. Basically, they're referring to that lighter-skinned people are better. Do we think we're reading into it too much?
Well, yeah, I didn't
Thank
get that
you.
from it at all. But,
Thank you.
You know, but I'm also not African American, and so I'm, you know, I'm not a minority. So I don't know how I would view that, you know, coming from their perspective. But just me watching it, I didn't get that from it at all. I just saw that he was trying to get the beer
What-
to the
what do
girl
you-
that.
Something
You're
that
sitting
I
there
think,
studying it.
I know. I just keep watching it. And each time I think I have a different take on it because I watched this before the show. But now that I'm watching it again, do I think it's overtly racist? No. Do I think when you read into it, I mean, it does go from a darker skinned person to a lighter skinned person, and it says lighter is better.
Yeah.
I just wonder, there has to be more screening of this within the company, and did no one bring that up? And then does Chance the Rapper have the point that maybe they're thinking, well, if we do get a little publicity over this, it isn't really racist, but people may talk about it. I don't know.
Which
I mean,
is
I don't
what
think
we
it's,
are.
I don't think it's racist, but I
This-
think people are talking about it over this. So he might be right that things are getting publicity over kind of being used by
Yeah.
that.
Well, we're talking about it. I'm sure. I think it might have been on The View today. That's been on quite a few programs and also very heavy on the internet. Tell us what you think on Midday Kentucky's Facebook page. I don't know. Look, when I read this and look at this, we have some crazy ads in Australia. We're a little bit like the Europeans. We go a little bit too far. But I never see, as you said, I'm not African American, but I never see the racist part in or a sexist part in a commercial till someone points it out to me. And then I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
is it? Maybe.
Exactly.
Now I'm thinking.
I know.
Now I want to talk about it on the show.
Well, just like that ad, was it with the Gap? I think was it what? Or
Oh, yeah.
H&M. That's
Yeah.
what it was. And they had the sweatshirt on the
Yeah,
boy.
well, that was that
But you
was
know what
obviously a bad mistake.
But you know what I mean? I never thought that when I saw the ad.
Yeah.
Even with something that overt, it just, you know, choom. it
Just
got-
remember, it was a T-shirt that they'd bought out, and that it had something about little monkeys or something.
Yeah.
And it was on an African American child.
Right.
I just
Yeah.
wonder if there are these little inclinations about how something could be twisted to be racist. Do you think it goes through like more of a vetting process within the
Yeah,
company?
Yeah, you would
because
think.
do I think it's racist? No, but would it have really disrupted the ad just to put a different person at the end? You know what I mean? To not
Yeah.
go from a darker person to a lighter
Gotcha.
person. Do it the opposite, or just have all
Yeah.
people the same, or I don't know. I think that they could have easily avoided that little innuendo.
I got you.
Yep.
All right, Katie, you and I like a little bit of a travel. We're single. Well, you've got man friend one. But we don't have any kids. Tell us the latest
Yeah,
when
well,
it
this
comes
is
to travel.
interesting. This blog post caught my eye online this morning. This man was saying that the secret to a happy marriage is traveling without your kids. He says that his parents never did when he was a child. And now he has such a happy marriage because they take the time, he says, to be alone. And he said it's not the same as going on date night without your kids. It's true time away.
Right.
And he says the kids benefit from that because they have a stronger relationship because of it. And on our Facebook page, we were kind of getting mixed reactions. Some people said they always travel with their kids, and other people at home were saying on their big anniversaries, they take a trip alone.
Have we got a full screen, just the top 3 that you put together? I don't know whether we've got that up there. Conversations that don't focus on your kids is one tip. There it is. These are some tips on what to do when you travel without your kids.
You will explore new things and you will try new foods. They say you're not dealing with picky little kids and, quarreling throughout the time. So I was just wondering, did your parents travel without you? And Lisa, do you travel without the kids?
Well, just remember, everyone, she went on one of those cruises with the kids. And I said, and look, Disneyland is famous, and Disney cruises and all that are famous to take the kids. But let's just remember that those type of cruises and those theme parks and all that, you can put the kids over there if you wanted to and go and have an adult conversation. We never had family vacations because we used to ride horses and compete. So our family vacations were traveling around the country competing, and that was what we did. We had the summer sport and then we had winter sports. Katie, I'm like you, my friend. I'm all for having a vacation, and I have to be honest, I think all married couples should have time on their own.
I think so too. I think so too.
It just has to happen, everyone.
Doug and I, we usually have the kids with us because your time is limited, so it's hard.
But you're with them all week.
Yeah, I know, but for a family vacation, you do want to have those memories. So you do want to take them, but at the same time, Doug and I do try to take weekends, extended weekends alone if we can. It hasn't happened in a while, but I think you're right. I think it's very healthy for a marriage to have that alone time and to have that adult time without the kids. Because, it's just crazy. It's crazy with kids. They are, time consuming and what you find when you're out is that you're usually talking about the kids too. So it's like, if they're not with you, you're still talking about them, but you're still managing to have that alone time as a married couple, and we've been together 21 years, and it's it's important. It's important to get that alone time. If we haven't had it in a while, we can tell, we can feel it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I think that it can be difficult. As a lot of people also brought up online that there's the financial thing. Who's going to watch the kids? You can't afford a babysitter that whole time. But even if you can just do a weekend away at grandma's house, or they also brought up
lock them in the basement,
sending them to your the aunt or uncle, the cousins. Maybe one weekend you take your nieces and nephews, 6 months later, your sister watches the kids.
Idea.
But I think like my parents, looking back when I was growing up, when they were still together, hated each other. And I don't remember one time them ever doing anything, just the two of them. Every family vacation, I have terrible memories of them just fighting the whole time. So maybe they should have gone by themselves.
Katie, that's so funny. That's exactly how our family vacations were too. They fought the whole time. They never took time alone together. It's just,
I got you. Okay, well, tell us what you think, whether you would like to have a kid-friendly, free holiday. We've got one more story to get to. I hope we've got a little bit enough time. Now, you're talking about weed-infused soda. We've only got a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Well, people are outraged in California with the release of a THC-infused soda. Critics of the new soft drink are worried that it will end up in children's hands. The company behind the cannabis cola, Seven Cities Beverage Company, clarified that the THC levels in their drinks are very small at 10 milligrams and safe for casual drinking. I don't know about this. And it's so funny. They just legalized marijuana in California, and we've talked about this a lot on the show, and we all have differing opinions about it. But as far as whether it should be legal, whether it should not be legal, but now immediately after we get that, just off the cusp of being legal, now we have these cannabis-infused drinks, and and they're soda bottles, and they look like soda, like regular soda that kids could drink. And that was their fear before it even came out. And again, once it came out.
Whose fear?
It was the fear of a lot of the people that are against the legalization of marijuana.
I don't like the thought of this drink, but for the argument of it might get in the hands of children, well, what about alcohol? That exists and it shouldn't be in the hands of children. There's wine juice boxes now in the little cartons. There's alcohol in bottles
and
like
edible lollies or sweets, you call the chocolates for marijuana. Here's the thing, it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. It needs to be regulated. It needs to be, if you can't, you got to be 21, I assume, to get to buy these marijuana edibles. I don't know. I've never bought one. Do you know what I mean? I just think that there's going to be rules and regulations. But also remember, wasn't Coca-Cola made with cocaine in it?
Oh,
back in the day?
Oh, I think it was. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Way
mean?
back
Why
in
are
the
we so shocked now
Yeah.
that, that there's an issue when it comes to THC?
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting that they try to say, well, it's only a small amount.
Yes.
The thing is, it's obviously going to give you a bit of a buzz anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like the edibles. So it's business for all. I'm telling you, a lot of people are going to make big money
They
with
will.
all this legalization. Hey everyone, after the break we sit down with the doctors from Advantage Osteopathic Physical Therapy to learn all about herniated discs and what options you have if you suffer from this issue. You're watching Midday Kentucky, everyone. Back after this short break.